What's up, everyone? Carter here, and I also have the Financial Wolf with me today, and we're gonna break down how you can start selling books on Amazon as a beginner. So to give a little context, I actually flew out to Wisconsin to meet the Financial Wolf and actually teach him how to sell on Amazon. As you can see, the books we have with me, you can show them. We found quite a few books at the thrift stores today, and honestly, I just want to give like a quick little guide, a tutorial of just kind of the best information, tips that you can use to really start your book selling business on Amazon. Because the best thing about books, they're super cheap to purchase, the profit margins are great, and it is a great item for beginners to really start their journey reselling on Amazon. So we're gonna go ahead and start with step number 1, and that is to obviously get your Amazon seller account created. Now, William, you just did this within the last week or two. Do you have any tips or anything? How's that process for you?
Yeah, so honestly, getting the Amazon seller account set up is super straightforward. All you got to do is go to seller.amazon.com, get that account set up. The only thing is you need to be above the age of 18 years old, or you got to get the help from a parent or guardian. So that's super important.
Perfect. So that is step number 1, is getting your Amazon seller account created. So step number 2 is you need to find locations where you can find used books. Now, William and I, what stores did we go to yesterday?
Yeah, so yesterday we visited a bunch of different thrift stores such as Goodwill and Salvation Army, and we found all of these different books, and some of them were very, very profitable.
Of course, and there's so many great locations you can find books. We recommend thrift stores. It's especially better for bigger cities. You have your standard big thrift stores like your Goodwill and your Salvation Armies. Now, depending on where you live, you might have some other secondhand stores that aren't Goodwill and that aren't Salvation Army that you should definitely check out as well, because majority of thrift stores are going to have a used book section. And that brings also other locations you can source books, book sales. I recommend looking around your house. I was in high school and college, my friends had old textbooks they didn't use. So, I'd give them cash for their textbooks and I would resell them back on Amazon. So honestly, you just have to get a little bit creative when it comes to, finding different used books to buy. That brings us to step number 3. So when you're at these thrift stores, you're probably wondering, what books should I be looking for? So do you want to talk a little bit about that? Because it was your first time shopping for books.
So essentially, Carter told me that to find books to scan, you want to get at least the Amazon seller app downloaded on your phone. There's also some other apps that you can go ahead and use, but for beginners, Amazon seller's app is great. What you want to go ahead and do, pretty much scan every single book inside the thrift store. You don't want to miss a single one, because a lot of times the most random books are actually very profitable, such as this book right here, Model Rules of Professional Conduct. I would have no idea usually that this book was profitable, but it actually is. I think it's selling for like $40 on Amazon. We got it for $2.
So, I really like to stay within the nonfiction section. The thing with fiction books is most of them are mass produced, so there's potentially thousands or millions, and there's probably millions of copies out there. So usually they don't sell for a premium price. So yes, once you have your Amazon seller account created, you can actually download the free Amazon seller app, and it's going to allow you to be able to actually scan the barcode on a book, and you'll be able to see the listing on Amazon, how many sellers there are, what people are currently pricing it for. So it made it very easy for me to be able to teach the Wolf, aka William, I'd be able to show him, what the books were selling for. And that brings us to step number 4, which is to analyze the sales rank of the item. So obviously you want to look at pricing. If the book's not profitable, then don't buy it. But if the book is profitable and you can make some money purchasing it and then reselling it back on Amazon, if you're doing FBA, you really want to pay attention to the sales rank. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about this, but the sales rank is essentially a unique number that Amazon provides for every single item on Amazon that is sold, and that item represents how often that item sells on Amazon. So the lower the sales rank, the more often it sells. So do you want to talk about your experience kind of scanning books and the different sales ranks that you came across?
Yeah, so as a rule of thumb, as Carter mentioned, sales rank under $1 million is typically, where you want to go towards. But obviously, if it's a super profitable book and you're going to buy it for $2 to sell it for $40, you could go a little bit over that number, because, if you're going to triple, quadruple, or even 5x your money, it's definitely worth it to hold on to it for a bit. And scanning a lot of these books, I realized that, most of the books aren't worth it to buy, but, you're going to find some of those solid picks if you keep going.
That's a great way, because when it comes to thrift stores, there's hundreds to potentially thousands of books, and honestly, it's just a numbers game. I told William, scan every nonfiction book. And, we scanned hundreds and hundreds of books, but we found what I call gems. The books you can buy for $1, $2 that are selling for 15, 20. I think
this was my favorite
set.
pick.
I'm actually going to show the example real quick on the set right now. This is one of the best items we found. So I want to show you guys an example of one of the best items that we found and just show you how profitable buying used books to sell on Amazon can be. Now this is an actual set, so you can show them this right here. So it's actually a 7-book set. We ended up paying $4.99 for it at the store. I'll put a screenshot up there as well, but the lowest used FBA offer for this set is $75.10. The lowest offer right now looks like it's $46. So I'm probably thinking we can probably get anywhere from at least $60 to $70 FBA. Our buy cost was $5, so it's a great find. A sales rank of 214,000 in books. It should sell very, very quickly because I guess this is something people are still buying. But I just wanted to show you that example because, like William said, not every book is going to be profitable. It's a numbers game. You need to keep scanning because the most random books are going to be the books that are worth money about just kind of sometimes some strange subjects and topics. But yeah, that was one of our best finds from yesterday. So the 5th and final step is a little bit more difficult to kind of show. Essentially, after you've accumulated quite a few books, you want to be able to list them. So what you're going to do is you can type in the title, you can sometimes scan the barcode. You want to be able to find that listing on Amazon. You're then going to select that you're selling it, use condition. So you can do 2 different things. You're going to select your price point. So usually I like to click into the listing on Amazon. I like to see what the current pricings are, what the sales rank is, so I can kind of get a quick representation of maybe how quickly it might sell. And then I'm going to mainly pay attention to the FBA offers because that's kind of what I'm competing with as an FBA seller, because as an FBA seller, your items, your books are eligible for Prime 2-day shipping. So you can often charge a premium price compared to non-FBA sellers, which is one of the best benefits about FBA. So essentially you're going to choose your price point. You're going to choose your condition of the book. So you can say, okay, this is, used, very good condition. And then you're going to add it to a shipment. And what you'll do is you'll list every single book that you have in your that you've purchased, and you'll be adding it to a shipment. Then once you have your shipment created, you're going to print out your little individual FN SKUs to cover up the barcode so that once Amazon receives your shipment, they'll scan that FN SKU label, and it'll uniquely identify that book as my storefronts or William's storefronts when Amazon receives it. And kind of back to the process, after you list everything, after you have your shipment, you then package everything in a box after it's labeled. You ship it to an Amazon warehouse. They receive it, they scan it, they check it in. It's then for sale on Amazon.com. And yeah, you just kind of wait for stuff to sell.
Yeah.
You can revise, change your pricings, price it higher, price it lower. And obviously that brings me to the last step, which is honestly to just continue to scale the business. Like what William and I were talking about is just consistently going to more storefronts, finding more books, and just growing the business.
And honestly, just by going to a bunch of different thrift stores yesterday, I think we hit like 5 or 6. I think we found like $200 worth of profit just scanning every single book in each of the thrift stores we went to. So this is a really, really good way to make money, especially if you're consistent with it. Going at least once a week to all these different thrift stores. It's a great side hustle, great full-time income if you're really, really going to put effort into it.
So William, now that I have you here, what's one tip or one piece of advice that you would give to a beginner Amazon seller that wants to start reselling books on Amazon?
Yeah, so the one piece of advice I would give a new seller on Amazon is to absolutely understand that this is a numbers game. You're not going to find a book that's profitable the first one you scan. The key is to just scan every single book possible in each thrift store you go to and hit up as many as you possibly can. Plan out a route in the beginning of the day and say, hey, I'm going to hit all 5 of these and hopefully we'll be able to find something, because pretty much in every store we went to, we found at least one book by just scanning every single one in there. So just understanding it's a numbers game and to be patient with it, success will come.
Awesome. Well, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, William. Thank you so much for the tips and advice that you gave as well. If you guys have any more questions regarding reselling books on Amazon, feel free to comment below this video. Also, you can go to the link in the description. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I actually post a more exclusive content, what kind of items I'm finding, where I'm buying them, and stuff that's not just used books. So if you really want more behind the scenes action of, kind of my journey in life as an Amazon reseller, make sure you follow me on Instagram. And of course, any questions, you can also message me on Instagram as well. And of course, if you want to see more reselling content, books, other random items, patio heaters, vitamins, anything you want to see related to, reselling products on eBay or just, creating an additional stream of income online, then definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next video.